Hello, and welcome to Chitchatting with Chuck, brought to you by Solidarity Strategies, where Brown consultants matter. Welcome back to Chitchatting with Chuck. Solidarity Strategies update for you and all of our great followers and our fans all across the internets. My staff hates it when I call it the internets, but I'm old and I think it's the internets. Look, I always talk about the bad news and I talk about some good news. I want to start with something that's really disgusting in my mind. More raids are going on in the immigration community, and you should know about huge raids that have went on in Tennessee this week, where 97 undocumented immigrants were terrorized at a meatpacking plant. This has to stop, and the attacks on our community need to stop. This is not the first incident, and it's happening all around America, terrorizing immigrant communities. And it's just another extension of President Trump's anti-immigration policies. And it's a reflection, a direct reflection on what's wrong with our overall immigration system and the do-nothing Congress that I'd like to remind all Americans are controlled by Republicans in the House and Republicans in the Senate. More bad news. Bad news in Arizona. Of all places, the Arizona Supreme Court has decided that DACA recipients are no longer eligible for in-state tuition. So let's think about that. So if you were brought here as a baby, 6 months old, grew up in Arizona, went to school in Arizona, and get ready to graduate high school with all of your friends, and all of your friends get to go to college, and you've kept your grades up, maybe you've graduated at the top of your class, you are not eligible for in-state tuition in Arizona. That's just a shame. You've played by the rules, you've done what your mom and daddy told you to do, just the opposite of everything I've ever done, the right things. And you can't get in-state tuition because you don't have a piece of paper, because you were brought here when you were a little girl or a little boy. That's just wrong. That's not what we stand for as Americans. That's not what we stand for here at Solidarity, and it's just wrong. You should let the Supreme Court of Arizona know your frustrations like we plan on doing. I'm tired of talking about the negative. Let's talk about the positive. You know what's positive? Early voting is positive. And you can go early vote right now in Indiana and Ohio. That means you can, after you get off work, you can go find your polling place and you can go vote. Voting is very important. If you don't believe voting is important, look at the White House. That's how Donald Trump got in. A lot of people didn't go vote, and only crazy people went and voted. That's what leaves you if you don't go vote. Go vote early. Go vote often. Call your mamaw. Call your papaw. Tell them to go vote. You know your cousin you don't really talk to that often? Call them and tell them to vote, unless they're a crazy Republican, and then tell them the election is going to be next year. Also, let's pay attention to registration deadlines in all the other primary states. We've already been through Texas. Now we're talking about Indiana and Ohio. Your state's probably soon upcoming. You know that cousin of yours? The other cousin, not the one that's going to vote for Trump, but your good cousin who just graduated high school, make sure that they're registered to vote. Tell them that they can early vote. It's up to all of us to get out and vote and do our civic duty and to participate in these elections. Our entire political consulting firm is built around getting folks out to vote, especially good brown folks. Because you know what? Brown consultants matter just like brown voters matter. Get out and vote. Get out and vote often. Do your research on the candidates. There's a lot of great people running in these primaries, and you're going to have lots of choices. Vote for somebody who aligns with your values, who stands with us, who stands with dreamers, who stands with somebody who wants to fix a broken immigration system, who stands for raising the minimum wage, who stands on making sure people have health care. The basic, simple things. You would think that would be easy, but again, I direct you to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, where there's a crazy man running the country. Well, that's all for Chit-Chatting with Chuck this week. Thanks for tuning in. And I want to draw attention to my brand new red blazer. How you like that? I'm trying to kind of play off of the Masters golf tournament. You know, when you win the tournament, everybody gets a brand new green blazer in the golf tournament. We're here at Solidarity. I'm trying to get all the staff to embrace the red blazer look. Tune in next time. We'll have something to add to the red blazer. Thank you.